So I got a question this week about cadence and low heart rate training, and basically people are saying that they can't keep their cadence high and keep their heart rate low. So let's talk a little bit about how far we need to go to try and keep those things in balance. How's it going, runners? My name is Justin Thompson. I'm your average running PT. I help the average runner achieve their own personal elite status. If that's something you guys are into, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you guys know when the next video comes out. Now, as we get into talking about cadence, I know that there's a lot of people out there that think that there's this magical 180 steps per minute that everybody should be trying to hit. And I don't necessarily believe that. I think that it depends on your specific running style and also on your body type. Basically, I'm a taller runner with slightly longer legs, therefore my legs are just going to move a little bit slower, and so my cadence in general, whenever I'm going at about 8 or 8:30 minutes per mile, then my cadence is somewhere around 175, and that's about normal for me. I think that that's fine. I don't necessarily have to be at 180. Obviously, when I'm running faster, my legs are going to start to turn over significantly quicker, and I'll get up in the 185 to 190 range if I'm really pumping it out. But I don't necessarily think that you have to be at 180. If you're a shorter runner, you might be even higher. You might be at 190 because those legs are smaller. They take smaller steps, so you just have to turn them over significantly quicker. That's just the way it is. And so then what is it about MAF training that makes us kind of slow that cadence down? Well, obviously whenever you have to slow your pace down, one way to do that is by significantly reducing the number of steps that you're taking. Yes, you can still take a bunch of really tiny small steps over the course of the distance that you're running, but sometimes that just feels so biomechanically awkward that I don't think it's necessarily necessary. But I really want to hear what you guys think about that, because some people think that you really should keep your cadence the same pretty much all the time. I don't think I'm necessarily in that camp, and change my mind. Tell me in the comments down below why you think you have to have a certain cadence at all paces. Now, of course, we can't start talking about this without talking about the reasons why people think that you have to have 180 steps a minute, and basically what it comes down to is how much ground reaction force are you taking through your body over the course of a run. And whenever we spread out the ground reaction forces over a bunch of smaller steps, the impact with each step is not nearly as great, but the total impact is pretty much the same if you're going the same distance. Now, obviously it's going to be maybe a little bit safer to spread out that impact over smaller steps. Just like with MAF training, if you're trying to be consistent, and it might be better to run slower for the same amount of distance than it would be to run faster at the same amount of distance, because, well, the amount of stress that you're putting on the body is significantly reduced. But here's my thinking on the ground reaction forces, is that whenever we're running this much slower, now remember, I'm running somewhere around 9.5 to 10 minutes per mile for my MAF training pace, and I can easily run these runs at between 8 and 8:30 pace. Now, I know for a fact that even though my cadence kind of ends up getting reduced whenever I'm doing MAF training, so for example, if I'm running about 8 minutes or 8:30 a mile, my cadence is generally somewhere around 173 to 176. If I'm running my MAF pace, generally I'm dropping under 170 and hitting 168, 169 per minute. Is that bad? I don't know. But what I do know is that my body feels significantly better when I'm running at these slower paces, even though my cadence isn't quite as high as what it was. And I think that just reducing the speed at which you're running and being a little bit more under control, that's enough to reduce a lot of the ground reaction forces, even though your cadence is slowing down. So if you're a little bit concerned about your cadence dropping significantly whenever you are working on this MAF or Zone 2 level training, then I would be a little bit more okay with it as long as it's not dropping significantly, like down in the 130s or something like that. Then you're just putting way too much stress with each step. We got to figure out how to turn it over a little bit quicker than that. But if you're landing in the 160s instead of being up there in the 180s, I'm totally okay with that. So as I said, I'm open to debate. Go ahead and prove me wrong down in the description below. Also, don't forget about the Seek Your Elite 5K, which is going down next week. You will be able to enter in your times and your information anywhere between August 24th and August 29th. So go down to the description below, click on the Google Drive link, and enter your name without all the other information, and enter your name so that I know if you plan on participating in the Seek Your Elite 5K so that you can win some free merch. That's all I got for you guys today. Go ahead, head on out there, seek your elite. God bless, and I'll see you next time.